there had been some question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, there was a question by Archana Khare. Now I don't see on the screen, but I read it at that time. Why do we take Hariti as a demoness? Can't she be a goddess? It was flashed at that time.
I think she didn't hear the rest. Archana, hi Archana, wherever you are, if you're still there. She was taken into the goddess fold later as she converted her or changed her practices, and that's what I mentioned later.
Okay, thanks, ma'am.
There is one more question by Sangeeta Gunjan.
Yeah.
Isn't Parvati the mother of Kartikeya? Is Hariti a form of Parvati?
No. There is Parvati is not the mother of Kartikeya. Shiva's sperm fell from the heavens or Kailash, wherever he was, and it fell into the waters. And that is how, because Shiva never wanted to own up to Kartikeya, he never wanted to initially be a family man, but he is the only family man we have. So Nilima is here between us. If I tell her to start talking, she's going to stop stopping. She is totally in love with so Parvati is certainly not the mother, and that's why Kartikeya had to sort of fight for his space in the family of Shiva.
Now there's a question by Riya Pal. Is Hariti goddess Shitala? Because Shitala goddess can cure smallpox.
Yes, it is. Shitala is in the present time, the name has changed, as I think Janet has earlier mentioned, that everything is so fluid. The names keep changing. They acquire different forms and different faces. In different areas, they're known by different names. And that's how her name is Shitala. In the present age, she is known as Shitala.
There's yet another question by Ranjita. Hariti appears in the Lotus Sutra as Shi Monjen. Has the Lotus Sutra inspired your work?
Of course, it is. Everything is a part of my inspiration. I have been doing Lotus Sutra for a long time, or many years back, not now, but everything gets embedded. Everything is a part of your present space that you are. And I am sure it has, the lotuses have a great kind of, a lot of stories in my life. And if I start talking about that, that will be another chapter. But it has.
One by Satyam Tripathi. Is it possible that many folk traditions club together in a single goddess, as there are many mother goddesses who are related to birth and welfare of children?
Yes, of course, Satyam. Absolutely, you are absolutely correct, because see, goddesses and gods, they are our need, and as and when the time changes, they change with us according to our spaces and our needs, and that's how, of course, Hariti would have been a living person. I believe, I totally believe that at one time when Buddha was there, she was existing. But over a period of time, her forms have changed. Her need as it came through different traditions and different cultures and different religions. The name changed and she is the same. The spirit is the same. It is, Hariti is also a name. We must not forget. According to me, Hariti is also another name. She is found everywhere. That is the spirit that we talk about. She was something else in her past, Hanusi or something. So, yes.
There's one by Bhumika. Hariti found in Hinduism, Buddhism, Hellenism, and Zoroastrianism myths. So is it a Prakriti observed by everyone?
Yes, absolutely. She is. She is, see, Prakriti is what? Maya. And that's what the whole thing is all about. The mother goddess is who? The mother goddess is the Prakriti, the one who is, Prakriti is a name from Sankhya. So we have given it another name. But it is the same thing. It is, everything is actually emerging from her, going back to her. And it is Prakriti. Absolutely, you're correct.
There's one more question. You are ready to take it, Seema? It is
Yes,
by
absolutely.
Sheetal Bhan. Can the unborn child from the story be symbolically the idea, oblique possibilities, oblique realities that couldn't be manifested due to the lack of support from the divine masculine energies?
I totally agree with you, Sheetal, because at that time the patriarchy had already taken over, and that was the reason. See, making her dance is not exactly that she was made to dance to the tune of some music by some lecherous men. It could have been also making her dance to the whims and the fancy of the patriarchy. So I totally agree with this, that these are those possibility, the possibility of ideas and realities that you're talking about, which could not be manifested by that woman at that time. And she vowed to devour all the children. So what was she doing? She was challenging the masculine energies in all possible ways. So I agree with you. That is on a different level, because each work has, you see, we work as an artist, I work at a purely physical level, as a painting, as a purely subconscious, unconscious, whatever levels. And there are also other dimensions to each work, which can be interpreted politically, it can be interpreted traditionally, mythically, because most of the works we think they are mythical stories, but they are political stories. They are social stories which have been misinterpreted or reinterpreted as myths or as just plain narratives.
There's another question by Sheetal Bhan again. Is the Shakti of Swadhisthana Chakra, Rakini or the Shakini, the same as Hariti, who sits with Vishnu in the womb space?
In the money, in the Manikarnata, you mean to say? See, what is Vishnu? This is a complete chapter in itself, Sheetal, because when we are talking about chakras in the womb space, it is the space where all jewels are. Everything is the Nabhi. That is the space where everything is coming and expanding and getting rejuvenation. It is being created and recreated. We must understand that is not a space only of creation, it is of re-emergence also. And it is the Vishnu and the Shiva and the Shakti. Vishnu is, of course, you may call it Vishnu because it is the space of a creator. And we've already gone through the Brahmanical space, which is the Mooladhara, and then the Vishnu space comes, and then the Shiva space comes. But that is a very vast chapter, and Hariti could be taking that space. Hariti, because she is, you see, anyone who has the power to give or to create, that is Maya, and that is nothing else but the feminine. And Hariti is the intrinsic feminine.
Thank you, Seema, so much. Thank you, Seema. So now I think that all the questions have been answered. It has been very nice to have you here and to share with you your story.
Thank you so much. It was lovely. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys also enjoyed my work.
Yes, very much, very much. So
Thank you. Thank you all.
so now we are going just to invite you for tomorrow's talk that we have Professor Nilima Chitkopekar that is going to talk about Mahishasur Mardini with all the passion that all of us have been seeing. And I will be talking afterwards on other killers of demons. So that is very strong themes tomorrow. And we are waiting, we will be waiting for you at India time, 7 p.m.
7:30.
7:30. In Europe, it will be 4 o'clock. And in America, Boston time, New York time, it will be 10 o'clock in the morning. We are in the morning, I am in the morning here. And so we welcome you all tomorrow. It's the same link, the same password, the same room. So
I have a small request, Stella, that there are a few questions. So if you would like to send those questions to
ancientgoddesses@gmail.com. All the questions from yesterday, from today that you were not addressed because time is a problem. So please write them in that Gmail and we will be very happy to answer them.
So I'm sure there are questions pertaining to what I said. So please include those also.
Yes.
So goodbye and thank you very much.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Thank you,
Bye.
Bella.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.